Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content that I'm going to show you right now is a really big update to something that's been happening in Massachusetts and New Hampshire. The Attorney General is now suing, well, excuse me, let me say this right, is now filing amicus briefs in existing lawsuits against Massachusetts around imprisonment or penalties for New Hampshire residents going into Massachusetts. This has reciprocity written all over it. This has overbearing regulation from Massachusetts all over it. This is going to be one you're going to need to send out because it has ramifications all over the place. Everything is linked into the description box below. I can't wait to hear what you guys think in the comments right down there. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on if you want to spread freedom to and fro across this amazing nation. And thank you for that consideration. And guys, we have got to get into this right here. Look at this for a title. New Hampshire challenges Massachusetts gun law that led to charges against two Granite Staters. You're about to go through something that is truly remarkable because you've got New Hampshire residents in trouble in Massachusetts, and the state of New Hampshire, the AG, the Attorney General, is saying, yeah, nah, this don't look good. This is gold. And speaking of gold, the content today is sponsored by American Hartford Gold. I'm going to say a quick word, and then I'm going to walk you through this greatness right here. And the content today is brought to you by American Hartford Gold. And brothers and sisters, with everything popping off around the world, wars cracking off, we've got inflation issues, we've got stock market volatility, we have cash concerns, we have oil concerns. It's a good time to take a look and at least know your options with American Hartford Gold. They are dedicated to offering gold, silver, platinum coins and bars for your investing needs. Whether you want to do it delivered to your door or you want an IRA, Roth IRA, 401k, TSP, they've got options. This is something you guys should check out. At American Hartford Gold, they aim to educate clients about investments in the precious metal industry, strive to provide unparalleled customer service built on trust, integrity, and absolute transparency, while holding a goal of achieving 100% customer satisfaction. Click the link in the description or call 844-727-3199. That's 844-727-3199 or text Langley to 65532. Again, that's 844-727-3199 or text Langley to 65532. All right, people. Listen, we got to dive into something here because this right here is what I'm in town for. All right? So I showed you that the New Hampshire AG is going after the Massachusetts and the Supreme Court, the highest court in Massachusetts, which, of course, you know the next levels go up from there. AG seeks to ensure New Hampshire gun laws apply to residents even when outside state lines. This is about reciprocity. This is about their rights not ending in Massachusetts, which is why it's so large. Now, when I bring this into the actual document, this is the actual doc from the New Hampshire Department of Justice. As you can see right here, for immediate release, August 19th, 2024. New Hampshire files brief supporting legal challenge to application of Massachusetts gun laws to New Hampshire residents temporarily present in Massachusetts. In summation, what this is if you go across a state line, all of a sudden an imaginary political boundary means you don't have any rights. You had them in New Hampshire, you don't have them in Massachusetts. This is literally a case study on how you have rights that are going from state to state and how they vary, and you need reciprocity. That's the entire point. Now, let me show you a few things here. I'm going to dive into this. That part up there that's highlighted was just from the search of the actual document I'm looking for. But this is from the actual New Hampshire AG. Quote, "This brief is crucial," talking about the amicus brief, which is what you're reading from, "because it stands up for the fundamental rights guaranteed by the Second Amendment, not just for New Hampshire residents, but for the law-abiding citizens traveling across state lines." See, it is potentially much larger. "By challenging Massachusetts' restrictive firearm laws, we are affirming that constitutional freedom should not be undermined by inconsistent and overly burdensome regulations," said Attorney General Formella. "This is all about ensuring the responsible gun owners can protect themselves without fear of unjust legal consequences when they cross state borders. Upholding these rights is essential for safeguarding personal safety and reinforcing the principle that the Constitution must be respected and upheld nationwide." Oh yeah, baby. That is incredible. But now, let me show you the key points. Because again, everything's linked. If you want to read this in more in depth, the actual document is really linked as well. But these are the three things that they actually hit on, and this is where they're going to argue, and this is where it has broader implications. Constitutional protection. The brief argues that the Second Amendment protects the right to carry firearms for self-defense beyond one's home. Yes, Heller, Bruin, all these great things. Massachusetts law, which makes it a felony for non-residents to carry firearms that they would be lawfully allowed to carry in their home state, infringes upon this right. You see how reciprocity? See how it's starting to come in with imaginary political borders, which makes you a criminal and a felon on one highway but not on the other? You're from New Hampshire, you're good. The exact same behavior in Massachusetts is illegal and you're going to get penalized or arrested. That's the whole point. It's constitutionally in question. That's why this amicus brief is such a big deal. There's lots of other players in here as well, like a lot of the big ones that you know. But this right here for the AG, this is a big piece of it. Historical precedent. The brief notes that there is no historical precedent for such restrictive measures against non-residents. That's the Bruin decision. In fact, historical precedent supports such clear passage while carrying. The current Massachusetts law fails to meet historical standards required to justify significant burdens on Second Amendment rights. Historical precedent, that is Bruin decision through and through. That's Clarence Thomas coming through right here for New Hampshire. Okay? The things that we're talking about right now are broader than just New Hampshire versus Massachusetts. You get a ruling that's favoring the New Hampshire residents on this one, you open up an entire can of worms for all the other states that won't let you carry a gun from A to B. This is a big deal, guys. And the last one, impact on rights. The brief warns of the dangers of criminalizing lawful behavior across state lines, potentially leading to severe and unjust legal consequences for citizens exercising their Second Amendment rights while traveling. That is, you have to understand how big this is, guys. Some of us who live in the red states don't have to worry about it that bad. There are cases where we do, like, for example, you have to have a state with reciprocity for concealed, but state to state, it's pretty common in red states. But when you go from red to blue to red, you do have to worry about these things. It's stupid. It's a constitutionally protected right. It's a Second Amendment right. There is now a literal litany of cases that have been proven that you have the right to have a gun in your home, Heller decision. You have the right to carry a gun on your person, Bruin decision, and the state can't just say you can't. This is a really big thing. And then historical precedent, which again is the Bruin decision, that says you have to have a historical analog, and then you have to read the text. I mean, this is a big one, guys. This is how the federal decisions filter down through the states. And this has tremendous ramifications for our rights. It is completely possible that the New Hampshire AG wins this one, or Team in New Hampshire, or Team Freedom in this case. The actual plaintiffs are two individuals. But the New Hampshire AG did just jump onto it to throw further support behind it. We've got states on states right now. This is a big one, guys, and it's going to the Massachusetts Supreme Court, where I assume we're going to get a gun control ruling, and then it's going to go to the next level. This is how these things start, and I can't wait to hear what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. Have a good one.